Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at this model here. This is actually a pretty nice model. This is one of my favorite cars actually, the Ferrari 275 GTB. This particular model is built by CMR and is in 1/18 scale. I just think that this is really just a gorgeous, gorgeous car. It's sort of like they took the Ferrari GTO and just made it sexier or something. It's a fantastic looking car. I've seen several of these actually. In fact, I've actually had a chance to sit in one and I fit in it perfectly. So, you know, whenever I win the lottery, I'll get myself one of these. So, but yeah, I've seen, I even saw the Ferrari 275 that belonged to Steve McQueen. It was at auction in Monterey a few years back. And it was crazy in that it sold for about $9 million, as I recall, which is, gosh, about 4 times or so more than a regular 275 went for because, well, it was Steve McQueen's car. Now, the vehicle is known as a 275 because that is the number of the displacement of one of the cylinders of the car. It has 12 cylinders at 275 cc's each, which makes it about 3.3 liters, and this car had about, I think about 250 or so horsepower in the early versions. And then they came out with a 4-cam version, which added an extra like 20 or 30 horsepower to it. So by modern standards, of course, it did not have all that much power, but it was plenty quick back in the day. I bought this model because I had actually had another model of this car. It's hard to find a good quality model of the 275 GTB that doesn't cost, you know, like hundreds of dollars. So what happened here was I actually went on eBay and bought this other model here, which was one of the great regrets of models I've ever bought. This was by Ertl, and it's just kind of an abomination. If you look at particularly when you look at the front end here, see that? That front end is just awful. So when you know, they came out with the new model here that I got, and I think I paid maybe $100 for it, you know, in that area, I jumped on it because I just wanted to get rid of that hideous model that I had. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this model here, okay? First of all, taking a look at the wheels here, it does have, you know, a good representation of the wire rims. I've actually seen them with the alloy wheels, and they look kind of neat with the alloys, but you know, this is sort of the traditional thing you see when you see a 275 GTB, these Borani wire rims with the knockoffs in the center. I love the venting behind the doors and windows, and also the heat vents here behind the front wheels, so that looks really nice. You can see here that it does have a Pininfarina badge underneath the heat extractors. The chrome looks very good on the side here and then the bumpers. And when you take a look at the front end, again, it's very, very nicely done. It's really elegant looking and a decent representation of the actual car itself. The grille here I guess you could say the bars look a little bit thick, but they look good there in the grill. This is a metal model, but it does not have any opening parts, so I am unable to open the doors or the trunk or the hood for you. But you can see here that the detail in the interior looks pretty good there. See those seats in the steering wheel? That looks good from here. Taking a look at the rear of the car. You can see the Ferrari badging on the trunk lid and the prancing horse. I think the one thing that lets down this car, and really about the only thing that does, is these exterior hinges. That's kind of lame. I don't know why they did it that way, but when so many other cars just have interior hinges. The detail here on the back is, that very simple but elegant Ferrari rear end that they used to have back in the day, with the round taillights and pretty much the flat, what you'd call cam tail nowadays, quad exhausts. So that all looks very good. Let's see if we can see any more of the interior here by looking through the window. Yeah, you can. Let me see if I can put some light on the subject here. Maybe you can see a little bit better. Yeah, you can see the center console. There's the Nardi steering wheel. There's the seats. Can't really see the dash very well, but it's in there, and it is actually fairly well detailed. When you look at the underneath here, I mean, there's not much to see other than some nod given to the exhausts and also the sump there. So all in all, like I said, it is a very well done model. You can see from here that the paint is excellent, and definitely I can recommend this model for you. Actually, there's something else I can recommend for you as well if you're interested in this car. Let me go ahead and grab it real quick. I bought this book a few years ago, and literally this is the name of the book: Ferrari 275 GTB 08011. So this is actually a book that is all about the restoration of one of these cars. And I've actually seen the car. I've actually been to the place where it was restored at, because it was restored at a place called Canapa Design. And the photography in here is really, really neat. Let me see if I can show it to you here. But as you can see here, it just has it's essentially an art book, and it just shows close-ups of various parts of the car being worked on, and it is just a really, really neat book here. And I actually got to meet the photographer who shot this book as well. I met him by accident. I was at an event in Monterey, and I saw up on a little stand this book, and I said, "Hey, I've got this book, and I think it's a wonderful book," while I was just chatting with my friend. And then the guy walks up and goes, "Well, yeah, I'm the guy who shot the book." So I got to chat with him. I got to thank him for writing this book. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review. And if so, please go ahead and like and subscribe.